Hello everyone, it's Chloe. And before we get into anything else, I want you to sit with something for a second. If you commute 2 hours a day, 5 days a week for 20 years at a company, you have spent over a year of your actual life in traffic. Not working, not sleeping, not with the people you love, just sitting in a car watching the person in front of you not move. And if your commute is 3 hours a day, like millions of people in major cities around the world, that number jumps closer to 2 years gone, just like that. So today, we are talking about what AI is actually doing about this problem. And I do not mean Google Maps giving you a slightly faster route. I mean the serious, infrastructure-level, city-scale stuff that is already being tested and built right now. The first thing you need to understand is that every traffic system you have ever used your whole life has been reactive. The light turns red, you stop. The jam forms, your GPS reroutes you. You are always responding to a problem that has already happened. AI flips that completely. These new systems are predictive. They're looking ahead, modeling what is about to happen, and making decisions before the congestion ever builds. Pittsburgh already proved this works with a system called CertTrack. Same roads, same intersections, just an AI coordinating the signals instead of fixed timers. Travel time dropped by 25%, and idle time at lights dropped by 40%. No new roads built, just smarter thinking applied to what already exists. But here's where it gets really interesting. AI is now being used to create what are called time zone traffic grids. Think of it like this. Instead of every traffic light in a city operating independently, AI manages entire zones of a city as one connected system. It looks at the time of day, the day of the week, what events are happening, what the weather is doing, and it shifts the flow of entire neighborhoods in real time. A morning rush grid looks completely different from a midday grid or a Friday evening grid. The AI is essentially breathing with the city, expanding and contracting traffic flow based on what the city actually needs at that specific moment. And because it's all connected, a decision made at one intersection ripples intelligently through the next 10 intersections ahead of you, instead of every light just doing its own thing with no awareness of what's happening a block away. And it goes even further than signals and timing. AI is now being used to analyze road structures themselves and recommend physical improvements. It can look at years of traffic pattern data and tell a city exactly where a road is creating a bottleneck, where a lane configuration is causing unnecessary merging, where a junction design is generating accidents that could be eliminated with a simple structural change. This is AI not just managing the roads we have, but helping us build better ones, roads designed around how people actually move rather than how engineers guessed they might move 50 years ago. But here's the part I find genuinely fascinating, and almost nobody is talking about this yet. The cities of tomorrow are not going to be built the way cities have always been built. For centuries, we've designed cities in grids, blocks, squares, buildings and homes arranged in these rigid rectangular formations that made sense when we were laying things out by hand on a map. But that model is already starting to shift, and AI urban designers and forward-thinking architects are now seriously exploring hive structures and circular formations for how cities get built. Think of the way a honeycomb is designed, every cell connected to the next in a way that distributes load evenly, creates natural flow, and eliminates dead ends. When you build a neighborhood in that kind of formation, the roads that serve it cannot be straight grid lines anymore. They become curved, they become radial, they organically follow the shape of the structures they connect. And what does that do to traffic? It changes everything. Curved road networks naturally slow vehicles down without needing speed bumps or signals. Roundabouts and circular intersections, which already dramatically outperform traditional four-way stops in terms of safety and flow, become the default rather than the exception. There are no awkward 90-degree turns forcing hard stops. The road flows with the community instead of cutting through it. And AI traffic systems built on top of that kind of infrastructure become exponentially more efficient because the physical design and the intelligent system are working together instead of fighting each other. We're in this fascinating window right now where AI is doing the best it can with the cities we've already built, the grids, the blocks, the legacy infrastructure, and it's